Welcome to this episode of BeBelle podcast. I have been following today's guest for some time, and actually I learnt loads today because when I started to follow her, I thought I was starting to look at a fully fledged business, and she was in the middle of her story. And actually, as it works out, she was right at the beginning, and she was kind of encouraged to move into that direction. And God, am I so glad she did. Today's guest is a bundle of joy. It is Audrey Hamilton. I know so many women in business that have started from the kitchen table, but are now exporting products all around Europe and hiring freelancers from all over and so much more. That kind of growth needs the right setup, and Revolut Business makes working across borders seamless. One of the best parts, though, is that you can keep multiple currencies in one business account. No need to open separate ones for each market. With Revolut Business, you have full transparency for all currency exchange, as they offer interbank exchange rates within allowance during market hours. These are the same low rates used between banks. Whether you're paying your VA in Manchester, sorting out your graphic designer in Paris, Revolut Business makes working globally so stress-free. You can manage it from your laptop or from the palm of your hand on your phone. And if you fancy trying this, then BeBelle has the offer for you. BeBelle listeners get €200 welcome bonus if you sign up at www.revolut.com/rb/BeBelle. Wherever your business is heading, this will give you the confidence to move forward. The offer is valid to all new business customers in Ireland. Sign up before September 30th, 2025 and add money to your account to get your bonus. T's and C's apply. Audrey, welcome to BeBelle podcast. I am so delighted to see you.
Thank you so much for having me. And you pronounce your name Sean.
Sean.
Yes, it's for anyone else who's ever wondered, because I definitely was saying it the wrong way. Sean.
Absolutely. So I always say that I do answer to most things.
I know, but you shouldn't.
No, I know, but
you should just correct people.
Yes.
Like I asked you before I said it because I was like, I've definitely said this wrong.
But you know, there's some Seans in Ireland that tell me that
you're saying it wrong.
I say it wrong.
Your own name.
No.
Yeah, it's my
mine's
name.
Welsh.
Yeah, I'm saying my own name right. Thanks.
And I've actually met a lot of Seans in Cork, and I think it has something to do with the Swansea Cork ferry that used to be there.
Oh, no way.
Yes. I think a few people met
that makes sense.
Some Seans.
Cool. Well, anyone looking for a baby name that's different, there you go. Sean.
Absolutely. I have a few babies named after me.
Do you?
Yes, and I'm still
cool.
waiting to. I used to run pubs years and years ago, and I had 2 members of staff, and their Sean is 21 this year.
Oh my God.
And I'm still to meet her, and she lives in Christchurch. But one day I will go.
Yeah.
One day I will go.
Because you think of Sean, a boy's name, but
absolutely.
It's not. It's like Sean.
But we're all Johns.
John.
So Sean is derivatory of John.
Stop.
Sinead, Sean, Shona in Scotland.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
actually used to live with a Sinead and a Shona when I lived in Dublin. So we were all Johns.
Oh my God. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have 4 sisters.
You're one of 5.
One of 5 girls.
5 girls. Oh my God, your poor dad.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a crazy house?
Yeah, completely crazy, but there's big gaps. So
okay.
The oldest, there's 21 years between the oldest and the youngest, so it's kind of like
so
2
are you
families.
In the middle?
I'm number 2.
You're number 2?
I'm number 2.
Okay, so were you almost like a mum?
No.
Okay. Was your older sister like a mom? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was wild.
Who got the second mom job? Because I know when there's like families, big families, there's always a sibling that's...
Number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah, Emma's the mum, the middle child.
She
there's
looked
7
after.
years between me and her.
Why? But she mummed you?
No, I never lived with them. I moved out at 16. I was gone.
16?
That's a London thing. It's a London thing. My older sister, we both moved out at 16.
So you moved from Wales to London at 16?
So I moved to Wales, from Wales to London at 7.
At 7?
Then my parents moved back to Wales when I was 16 and I didn't want to go. So I stayed in London.
Wow.
And there's, one day.
That seems so young to me, like 16.
Yeah. It's not kind of normal. I moved out with my mates from school.
Yeah.
When
I think of myself at 16, there's no way I would have been living somewhere.
Well, do you know what? When I think of myself at 16, it shouldn't have happened.
But you wouldn't have the stories to tell if you didn't.
Oh, girl, I know.
I feel like this should be your podcast.
Well, I'm just like, hang on a minute now, girl, she's interviewing me. I need to flip this. This today, my love, it's all about you.
Okay. Hi.
But I like your style, Audrey. You just got low at me. But so where did it begin for you?
Oh my goodness. As in, where was I born?
Yeah.
Where did my life begin?
Yeah.
Dublin. Born and bred in Dublin. And yeah, God, 1986. I just turned 39. It's actually so weird to say that out loud. And what we were just saying there a minute ago when we were talking about 2020, how that's 2000 is 25 years ago. Oh my God. Yeah, someone asked me how old I was the other day and I was like, oh, I'm 39. And as the words were leaving my mouth, I was like, God, that's so old. I remember thinking when I was like younger and my mom turned 39, that was like that was the age that like, you know, you're proper, you're an adult, like you really hit adulthood at 39. And here I am still wearing tracksuits and acting like a big teenager.
Girl, I'm 53, still wearing tracksuits and acting like a teenager.
It's so funny, isn't it?
Absolutely. But I do think age is different now than it used to be.
It is, 100%.
So different.
And it depends as well. Like you saying that you left at 16. I think that a 16-year-old now would be so independent going off on their own, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well,
it's a different generation. Do you not think?
I don't know. Actually, I think there's a bit of pampering going on.
Well, they're just so confident.
Yeah, or definitely confidence is
there.
Great.
Like, when I was 16, there was no confidence, and now I meet a 16-year-old, and it's like talking to a 25-year-old.
Yes,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
we love the confidence.
I do. Yeah. I wish I'd got it sooner. And I think I had it. I lost it for a bit, and then it all came back.
Yeah, we all.
But how are you feeling about that milestone, that 40?
I haven't really thought about it. Like my husband turned 40 last year, so he's 41 this year. My sister turned 40 last year. My best friend Georgie turned 40 last year. So there's been a lot of 40s before me.
Yes.
And it looks like great fun.
Yeah.
To be honest. So
I was edging to get to 40.
Were you?
So I've talked about this before. I'm a believer that everybody has an age.
Okay.
And you either grow into it or you grow past it. I'm 100% 27. I'll be 27 for the rest of my life.
Did somebody tell you this?
All my friends say, you're so 27.
You're stuck at 27?
I'm just stuck.
How do you know you're, like, how do you, because do you read other people's ages?
Yeah, so like when my sister turned 40, I was so excited for her because she's always been 40.
40 is her age?
That's her age. She's really comfortable there. She looks comfortable there.
She suits the life of a 40-year-old.
She really does.
Oh my God.
I love the milestones though because I just think every decade we think we know everything.
Yeah.
And every decade then we look back on the decade and go, oh my God, look at what I know now.
Yeah, exactly. It is a nice way to kind of wrap up a time as well, isn't it? Like putting it in decades.
40 is the first time I felt I've arrived.
Oh, to Earth?
Just literally.
Just being you.
I've arrived. I actually know so much now.
Oh, wow.
Let's play with it and see. And then 50 for me was the most exciting.
Okay, so you're living your best life at 50, in your 50s.
50.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah, if it wasn't for perimenopause and driving you psycho.
Oh God, I know. I've heard so much of that. Yeah, you're living your best life.
It is. I mean, yeah, and we get,
And all that, like, have you got children?
I don't have children.
You don't, but like if you did have kids, they'd be kind of grown up in your 50s. So you've got like, there's no attachment in terms of like having to look after a body.
Absolutely.
You get to go off with the girls and have a holiday.
And I still, all my friends would have children, but we have our girls' holiday every year. There's 12, 14 of us.
And nothing changes.
Go off, nothing changes. Yeah. We're just having better crack.
Yeah.
Because we care less.
I know. Age is such a funny thing, isn't it? Because like, I think if you stop thinking about numbers when you get to a certain age, but when you're in your teens and 20s, 30s and 40s seem like such a big thing. And like, you have to have everything in order. And I remember thinking, oh, in my 30s, I'm going to be, have a corporate job. Corporate, I never was a corporate, but just because that's what I thought you did in your 30s. Yeah. I'd have a little briefcase and I'd be wearing my pencil skirts and like couldn't be further from the person that I was then or now. I just thought in my teens, that's what your 30s was. Going to work 9 to 5 every day. But no, that's changed completely for the world.
Change. Yeah. So in your teens, like even further back, as a kid, what kind of kid were you?
Oh, and I know it's probably going to be cliche to say it, but I was 100% creative. Like I was a creative kid and a very creative family. So my background was always, in the creative arts. I loved acting. That was my go-to. I have done 1,000,001 podcasts on what the story was of acting turning into art. So we'll touch on it, but I don't want to bore your listeners if they've listened to me bang on about that story so
this
many
might be
times.
a brand new audience
might
for
be
you,
brand
Audrey.
new.
And I think, do you know what? Because I know the story.
Yeah.
And actually, I was saying before we came on, just in the introduction, when I started following you and following your journey, I thought you were well into your journey.
Wow.
And actually, when I think about it, you were right at the beginning because it was Posh Pig when I started following you.
Oh my God, stop, really?
Yeah. And so...
How did you come across, was it Ireland's AM?
No, it was somebody told me to look at you. I've always had an interest in, my husband is an artist.
Oh, amazing.
So I've always had an interest, but more of the business side because I love that artists aren't business people. So
I know, and that's what people say, but you kind of have to be at the end of the day. So we can be both.
We have to have all the hats
yes,
when you
100%.
work for yourself. But,
what kind of work does your husband do?
Well, now he's a Pilates instructor.
He's a Pilates instructor, like you.
Yes, so he works full time in our Pilates business, and I work part time in it. And but he still paints in his spare time.
What kind of?
I wouldn't have a clue, girl. I don't know what he does. I always say to people,
he just goes in there and kind of works away, does he?
Well, when I first met him, he drew me a picture, and if you look at this picture, anybody that walks in my house would say, "Oh my God, Sean, that's your picture."
Oh my God,
he's really good at taking people's personalities
and putting them
into a picture. But he does loads of, like, he's from Waterford originally, so he does a lot of paintings of Ardmore and stuff like that.
So he does kind of landscape buildings kind of stuff. Okay.
And when I first met him, people always ask him to, people, can you draw my dog?
You just reminded me of like the funniest story where like landscape and buildings and stuff, because that I wouldn't be like, I can't paint real life. And I remember this was like, oh God, probably a year into starting painting here, because I started in LA. And I, like the business, it was very, like I was sending invoices as opposed to having a website. Like I didn't have, it was all brand new, so vanilla. Like people were like, can I buy one? I'd be like, okay, here's an invoice for, trying to do it all legitimately, but not like literally not knowing what a website was for art. And I got a message from my sister-in-law's friend, and I remember I was with Jack and we were just chatting away, and I got this message and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And he was like, what? And I was like, oh, Orla's just asked me there, would I be able to paint her dad's warehouse? Like when I think of this.
A whole warehouse.
And I was like, oh my God, how long do you think that would take, to Jack? And he was like, God. And I was like, would you help me? Because, I couldn't I've never painted the inside of a warehouse before, like, or that big. Like, I wonder what colour, blah, blah, blah. And so I wrote back and I was like, hi, look, I've never done anything like that before, but, happy to take on any job, like, that will pay for a couple of, And she wrote back and she was like, no, Audrey, I meant paint a picture of my dad's warehouse because he was leaving work. I was like, oh my God. I would have done anything for €100 back then. I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. She was like, no, the way you worded it. And I was like, no, I couldn't paint either. I couldn't do either. It would end up looking like, I don't know what, a pile of stone.
But it's obviously something that's so natural to you. Like, as a kid, like, did you have brothers and sisters?
I have an older sister, and my brother is 10 years younger than me. So there's a big gap there.
10 years younger.
10 years later. Surprise.
And a boy.
And he's a boy.
Golden boy?
He is, but we're all the golden kids.
Okay,
in fairness,
I like that.
He can't take that title because we're very, we're the apple of both of their eyes, all
Amazing.
of us.
And that
luckily,
big gap.
The big gap, me and Alex, my brother's name's Alex, my sister's name's Zita, and she is currently with my daughter downstairs because there was a hissy fit. I nearly didn't make the podcast. But she's the best. Oh my God, we're best friends. Sisters are just like you're born with a best friend.
Blessed.
Yeah,
I'm very
you've
blessed.
got 4.
Yeah, I've 4
best friends forever, no matter what. And then my brother Alex, he's 10 years below me and 12 years below my sister, and we're really close. He's not really a Dublin kid. He's like he's moved away and lived in Vienna, Berlin, loads of different places. He's into photography and he's a bit of an entrepreneur. So there is there's a difference in age, but he, I think, grew up quicker than he probably should. Because he used to race go-karts as a kid, and he was like a professional go-karter. So he kind of grew up a bit too fast.
Okay.
Very intelligent as well. I'm like I wouldn't say the black sheep of the family, but my sister and my brother are both very science-led. Like,
Okay.
they're both.
You're the middle child, though.
I'm the middle child.
You just have to live
It's
with
classic.
it. You are the middle child.
You can write this stuff.
You can.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm friends with lots of middle children. There is a reason that I'm a friend with lots of middle children.
Like, honestly,
I was the middle for a while.
Yeah. And it's exactly what they say. Like, I was the wild one. My brother and my sister, both in their now, like, older in life, even when we were growing up, but they were both very academic, and I absolutely hated everything to do with school or textbooks, or I didn't want to be told what to do by a teacher. And I just didn't enjoy school at all. And the only times I enjoyed was in the art room or on stage doing plays.
So you were really in that field. And did you find, like, because of like I would have loved all that, but I was very sporty as well. I wanted to be in every team. Yeah. I just loved being around people.
You love being around people. I actually think I enjoyed the kind of idea of sports, but there was nothing that we were doing that I really loved. Like, like tennis I loved growing up, but we didn't have tennis in school. It was either, what was it? It was like hockey, which I was good at, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh my God. And then I didn't play, what was it? Basketball,
netball.
Netball. No, I didn't play netball.
You loved a bit of netball.
Did you? Yeah, because there was a lot in my school that I went to. Like, the girls absolutely loved netball, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
But I loved tennis, and I've actually just started paddle.
Oh, have you?
For the first time.
Okay, I'm desperate to do paddle.
Oh my God, it is absolutely freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's honestly so much fun. We just started it 4 girls, because I think you have to play fours.
Doubles, yeah.
So we have a little girls WhatsApp group for our paddle team, and we're planning on going to the Olympics. Like, we got so competitive.
Well, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a little paddle WhatsApp group down in Cork.
Do it
and
with your sisters.
Actually, well, yeah, if only they were all here.
Oh yeah.
But no, because and I'm like, and we'll have to take you on. Give me 6 months.
Oh my God, I'm telling you right now. So I'm really competitive, very competitive. And we had Pablo as the name of our instructor for the first time. We all had a paddle lesson. And it was actually so funny because we all just really got involved. Like, we really took it seriously, but had so much fun at the same time. And turns out we're quite good. So, yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah. So we will take you on.
What star sign are you?
Gemini.
A Gemini, okay.
Are you into star signs?
Well, I just know what I like and what I don't like. Geminis are great. I'm Sagittarius.
Tell me about me. What's a Gemini? I have no idea.
They definitely have those two.
Really?
Yeah, and that balance, I think, as well. Because sometimes people say, Gemini, 2 sides of the fence. But actually, I think it's quite a balanced thing. Because
I like that.
We need more than one part to us. Otherwise, we'd be very 2-dimensional, wouldn't we?
Exactly.
But I have a lot of good friends that are Geminis.
What are you?
I'm Sag.
What does that mean?
Sagittarius.
What do you,
I'm fire. So I am quite gregarious, I suppose. Sporty, active.
Okay.
Lots of actors are Sagittarius.
Okay. My husband's a Leo, and he couldn't be more Leo if he tried.
Okay.
I don't know star signs, but I know that he fits the exact mold of a Leo.
Yeah.
But there's 2 types of Leos, isn't there?
I don't know much about Leos, actually.
Oh, well, if you met my husband, you'd know what a Leo is.
Yeah.
Very, like, not dominant, but like good at everything. Like annoying, like really annoying.
A fixer?
Like he can do anything, and he knows he can do anything.
I want to meet your husband.
Oh God, it's so
My
annoying.
My husband is definitely not a Leo.
Well, Jack is such a Leo, and like he's like literally only the other day trying to fix something, and I was like, oh Jack, will you just do this? And he has it done in 2 minutes. And it's, when you just, sometimes you're like, oh, you're not going to be able to do this. There's no way. And then they do it, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. How do you do that? Like, Jack of all trades is his name.
It's a difficult one.
It is
hard. I like to do things and get things right. There's certain things that I go, and if I'm not good at something,
you'll leave it.
I am not doing it.
You don't want to stress yourself out.
Yeah. No, like sometimes people, will I show you how to change the wheel on the car, Sean? No, I have no interest in learning that because I'm never going to do it.
That was like me in school.
Okay. What a good analogy.
I have no interest in learning about the history of wherever. Yeah. I would rather go into the art room.
But that's brilliant. So when you're that age, though, I think, and I talk about this often, that there's this pressure, I think, on people to choose what they should do when they're older. And you said earlier, I had this vision that at 30, I'm going to wear pencil skirts. And like, what did you have any idea? Like, what did you decide to take? Where did you go?
So I was always in like an extracurricular kind of drama school. And then I
Yes.
joined the Factory, which was the National Performing Arts School, for years. That was like my weekends taken over.
Okay.
And it was the best fun. Like, it felt like you were in Fame, the academy. You went in, you spent your whole day there, and you did your dance, singing, acting classes. And it was just like, I have like a smell right now talking about it, of just the place. Like, it's such a nostalgic feeling. I was in love with the idea of being an actor, and it was not the fame, nothing to do with the fame, just the idea of growing up watching, you know, Grease Lightning and watching all the musicals and Fame, and just wanting to wake up every day and be an actor and like just go and work as an actor. That was like when I was a kid. I was like, I just want to do that. So tried that dream. And in fairness, I gave it beck and socks. Like, I really, really wanted that to be my career. I just absolutely loved, mostly stage. I loved theatre.
And so would you be here auditioning for like the Gaiety productions?
Yeah,
blah,
like
blah,
there
blah.
was a good few. I was predominantly in like the smaller theatres, like the New Theatre here.
Okay.
And we did I did a few shows where we did tours around like Kilkenny and
Lovely.
Dublin and Cork. And I just loved the whole kind of package that came with traveling with a show, and just the friends that you make. You become a
Camaraderie.
family, and then you've got such like what's the word when you leave like Irish college when you're a kid, what's that word, like, oh come on, help me out here, like
Sadness?
no really sad. No, it's
sadness
like
leaving.
it's like, oh, I don't know, like an attachment. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you leave the people that you've been around for like 3 months, and then you're on to the next, and it's a different kind of camaraderie, and it's a different kind of experience. But
you become close very quickly, don't you?
So you become a family. And I just loved that element of it. And then my husband was an actor in London for years on stage over there. Then he went into production as well. So we moved over to Los Angeles in 2000 and, 15? No.
14. I remember this.
Oh my God, stop. See, I'm so bad with numbers. Did you? Okay, so 2014 is when I moved over, and then I came home 2017.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense. Thank you.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, I'm so bad with numbers. And yeah, we moved over there. We were like, oh, well, let's give it a go with the O1 visa. And back then, an O1 visa was like it was called the Alien visa. So it was the O1 Alien of Extraordinary Ability, right? Now, for 9 months, you had to, so you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
You're like your entertainment lawyer. You have to prove to America that they need you in the field that you're trying to get into, right?
It's similar to getting a visa here.
Would it be? Oh yeah, okay. Would it really?
You have to prove that you're filling a position that it cannot be filled.
Cannot be filled, which is impossible as an actor to say.
Yes.
You've never seen anything like me over there in LA.
Yeah.
When there's a million of you over there in LA. So it all comes down to money, and it all comes down to, you have to get letters written from, you know, people that are well known in the country that you're from. And there was like, I got a good few. My mom knew a few people and blah, blah, blah. So you pull all the strings, and then you have to use the language about yourself with the words that they give you. So extraordinary, outstanding, you know, in her field, like there's no one else like it was just so narcissistic. It felt so
not Irish.
So not Irish. It felt so like, oh my God, I feel, you just cringed writing this stuff. But anyway, the end goal was to get over there. So $7,000 each, I think, later. Wow. It was like writing a thesis. It's like a big book of all of our papers. And we sent them off, and he got his visa first. So he was like, okay. And I was like, oh my God, am I going to get approved? Am I going to get approved? And then it like was delayed, and then they needed another 1 or 2 things. And I was like, oh my God, you're going to go off. This is going to be you're going to live the LA dream, and I'm not. But then I got the visa. So off we went, off to LA, and we liked it, but we didn't fall in love with the place. Like, I'd been there before and so had he.
Yes.
It's not a holiday when you're there and you're living there. And you can't work in anything other than acting and what your visa is for.
Okay.
So you can get away with like working at, promotion stuff. And like I worked loads of car shows, not in a bikini, not that kind of girl. Although I would have loved to have had the body back then to be able to. But I was more the front of desk kind of, and I absolutely hated it. They were in the huge convention centers. I was terrified of the guns and seeing people with backpacks, because it was around that time where we were all really conscious, which we still are, but that was kind of the beginning of it. And my anxiety just went from here to here living over there. It was just a really scary place. The people weren't what you thought they were going to be. There was a lot of like under the table stuff that you were hearing. It was, people didn't care about you. And Irish people, as you know, like we do care. Like we care about people. Yeah. And like at the end of the day, we just want to go for a beer and a chat. We don't want to know what you can do for me straight away. It's not business first. It's like, friendship first. And then we can chat business later. And that's just not the way it was over there. It was just so cutthroat. It was like everybody went around with like a bum bag of freaking business cards with their face on it, and we just never got around to doing that because we were like, it's just not us. So to say we didn't, we gave it our all in one sense, because we got our managers, we got our agents, we worked really hard. We got a good few roles. He was quite like lucky with production and stuff, so he was being kept busy. And I got a couple of commercials which were brilliant for pay, because they pay really well over there. Everything's bigger.
Yes.
And yeah, that kind of kept us afloat, the work that we were getting. And then I got this audition from my manager for a Netflix show, and I was like, okay, this is incredible to get this audition. Went along, and then so you have to fill out a form at every audition, and on the form you have to say your visa type or whatever if you tick the visa box, right? Gotcha. So I put everything down, and then anyway that goes off, and I get a call like 3 days later, and my manager's like, you got the part. And I was like, oh my God, stop it. This was such a big deal. This was like, it wasn't a huge part, but it was in a big show. Big production. It was a Marvel TV show. And like I had to sign like NDAs, and I was like, what is this? And I went to like the big studio lot for, wardrobe day, and get fitted into the costumes or the wardrobe. And then I arrived on set of the first day on set, and I had my own trailer with my name on it, and I was like WhatsApping the family WhatsApp, like, oh my God, I made it. And then I think it was like 3 hours later, I'd gone into the hair and makeup trailer, had great fun with all of the girls. Like, it was just a really lovely experience so far. And then there's like a knock on my door, and I'm in reading my script in my trailer. And one of the ADs, she was a gorgeous Mexican girl. She was really tiny, and like, for this little tiny person with such a lovely heart to have to say this was like, I could see in her face. I opened the door and she was like, can I come in? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she was just like, I'm so sorry, Audrey, but we have to release you. And I was like, I didn't understand, first of all. I was like, what do you mean? I thought I'd done something wrong.
Yeah, what have I done?
And I thought I cursed too much or something, because they're really against that. And like, I use the F word all the time. And us Irish do over there. And they actually find it very aggressive when you say like, oh, for fuck's sake. They don't like it. And I was like, oh my God, did I curse too many times? Did I do something? Did I say something wrong? Blah, blah, blah. She was like, no. There's been a problem with your visa. Production weren't aware that you were a visa holder. They didn't see that on the paperwork. And I was like, oh my God, I did put it down. And she was like, yeah, but it wasn't sent from the casting director. So they thought I was an American citizen. And basically, long story short, I had to leave, pack my bags, had to get off the set with all my hair and makeup done, sit in my car and drive home.
I mean, it really is a story. When I first heard that story, I was like what a beautiful example of something awful happening but where you are at now would never have happened if that didn't happen.
It is the age-old story of when one door closes, another one opens. But it took a while.
Oh, God, I can imagine.
Because I'm not going to be like, you know, the universe. Like, it is all about that as well. But at the end of the day, like, I was broken. Now, look, a lot of worse things can happen in the world, obviously. But at that time, I was just turned 30. And as I was saying before, touching on that, when you're 30, you think, oh my God, I'm going to have everything sorted, all like ducks in a row. And there's me trying to make it as an actor in LA and failing. That's what I kind of put it down to. I was like, I failed at the acting. Where am I going to go next?
Isn't it awful though that feeling of failure when it was completely out of your hand?
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. And like, you know what? The way I see it as well is that may not have led to anything. It's just what it was kind of made out to be by the manager at the time. It was like, this is the door that's going to open for you now over here, because everyone needs the door that's going to open. The job that gets them on other people's radar. It was a really small part. It wasn't like I was going to be Scarlett Johansson in Marvel. Like, it was a small part, but for an Irish girl to get this part over all of the other people who auditioned, it was a big deal for me. But, you know, who knows? It could have gone nowhere, and it actually could have ended up still failing at another, or not failing, I know that's a harsh word to use, but not making it over there, which we wouldn't have. It's impossible. You need to know everyone and you need to do everything.
And I think you have to be, like, when you talk about it, you're not talking about like, we had the best time, we really liked living there, we got completely involved in it. You were trying to get involved with something that you didn't feel comfortable with.
No, we didn't fit in. We didn't fit in.
You've got to listen to, and I just always say, you know, the gut was telling you.
Oh, and when we look back now, or when we watch like anything that revolves around the world of an actor trying to make it somewhere, like, it just resonates so much with us, because like the amount of auditions and the amount of like moments to each other where you say, you're going to get this one. It's we get so not embarrassed, but like you get that like, oh God, I remember that that girl and that guy, really, they had such hopes of making it. And then you'd wake up in the morning and you check your IMDb to see if your rating went up. Who were we? We were nobody. Our rating was not going anywhere. But like, you're fed this kind of idea when you're over there that, you know, you got to get your IMDb up. You got to go, you spend €2,000 on really good headshots. The headshots, like, you're a blip. You literally are a number. And any of the audition rooms, the casting call would always be for the same person. So you're all dark hair, blue eyes, 5'5", petite. That was and then you're like reading 2 lines and then one of you get it. Doesn't mean that person was the best actor in the world. They just got the job. Yeah. It was cutthroat. And then there was a lot of under the table stuff that was, you know, people were like, oh God, I had some people that would tell me stories and it was just nasty. It is what you see it as now. It's not a good place. And everyone that's there is there for a reason, and they don't mind stepping on whatever to get what they want, which in some aspects of business is good, but not when it hurts others. Like, it's so fierce out there.
Yeah, I'm a huge believer nothing good comes out of bad. So, you know, at some point it comes back.
Yeah. Well, I think they live over there, and you know, when people say that they live in a bubble, they do. They really do. And, you know, like I knew loads of people who they didn't, like, when they think of Ireland, and it is the stereotype, like, they didn't think we had TVs. Some of the people I met that were over there. And in fairness, they're just not educated about a lot of them, not all, obviously. But there were a lot of people that would be like, and you guys, do you have the internet? And we'd be like, okay, you need to come to Ireland first before you start throwing stuff out like this?
I don't like the place. I've been twice. I have no inkling to go again.
No.
And that was my thing. It was even having conversations with people that had never left the country.
No passports.
No passports.
No.
And for me, I'm just like, I think we're so blessed, not just to live in Ireland, but also to be part of Europe. I would go to any European city. I think they're all amazing.
Yeah,
I travel
the
a lot.
character. There's so much character with the people and the places.
You just learn so much.
But over there, people are pretending to be characters on a TV show.
That's mad.
They're not actual people, like the characteristic. There's no history. There's no culture. Because they've all come from different places in LA. LA is such a strange ground.
Yeah.
Because there's no authenticity. It's not like Dublin City or London, like the history and what the city has been through. We were there as well. One of the biggest reasons we left was we were there with the changeover from Obama to Trump.
Okay.
And it was a completely different, like within days, they all came out of the bushes. It was like, whoa, we need to get the hell out of here.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So did you feel like a sense of relief when you left?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm such a home bird as well.
Yes.
Like we love traveling, but I do like, family is so important to both of us, and we've big enough families, and we were getting, our nieces and nephews were coming along, and we were thinking of a family ourselves, and there was absolutely no way I was going to raise a child in a school that had prison bars on the windows.
Yeah.
Even in the nicest places. In Toluca Lake, we lived in a beautiful place in Toluca Lake, and one of the most of the schools that were there were like public schools, which most of them were, and even the private schools, they all had bars on their windows.
Yeah.
And metal detectors going in the front door. Like, it's a different world.
Yeah.
I do feel so lucky to live where we do, especially in what's happening in the world at the moment.
Oh, absolutely.
We're very, very lucky to be here.
Yeah, we are. We are super blessed.
Yes.
And I know that at that time then, it was your husband's suggestion to maybe pick up a brush.
Yep.
Like when I think of what you do, I just, like I said earlier, I just always thought you did it.
No. And I never painted like I paint now. It's so weird. It's a really strange kind of order of events. I just started. Like there's no story of, and I practiced and, this was the vision I wanted with animals. But I don't know why or thank you. But I honestly, I said this in a podcast a couple of weeks ago. When people ask me to show how I paint.
Yes.
I'm embarrassed about how I paint, because not embarrassed, but I see these beautiful reels that artists do on Instagram and stuff, and they show the kind of really fast journey of they start with their sketch and then it goes into this beautiful. My journey of painting, first of all, if I was to put a camera on, I would feel so under pressure to look good, first of all, while painting, and to make sure what I'm painting can be seen. I paint flat, so I don't paint on an easel. All of these things, and I don't sketch anything out. I don't practice anything. It just happens within the time that I'm painting. So I don't think I will ever show how that process happens. And as I said many times before, I also don't want to show it.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like everything needs to be shown, and we show enough.
Yeah.
And I kind of like the element of just showing it when it's done. I get to see, my husband gets to see, whoever's popping into the studio. It's not an open place, but it's a mess. But there's paintings there that are half finished. But they're not going to know what it's going to look like until it's actually finished. Whereas I know a lot of, artists will pre-draw and pre-paint a smaller version, and then they'll go onto the bigger canvas and they'll kind of look from what they've painted before. Whereas I'm completely freestyle, abstract.
Okay. But there must be some, a
color palette.
Okay.
That's all I have in my head.
Okay.
That's it.
So I think your most recent print is the Jellyflow.
Jellyflow. Yeah.
Jellyflow. So
So I knew that I wanted that to be the kind of pastel-y colours as opposed to the darker colours. That's all I knew. And I knew I was doing a jellyfish. I didn't know what the background was going to be until I did the background. And then that kind of led into what the colours of the actual jellyfish were going to be. I start with the background and that's,
Yes.
there's not a sketch drawn anywhere.
And then people can buy the picture
The original.
or the prints.
Or the prints, yes. Now, I
Okay.
don't advertise the original paintings because they're obviously at a much higher price.
Yeah.
But I have sold to like, obviously art collectors are people
Yes.
that are going to be only buying original paintings. But there's a good few of my pieces in Dubai, in Canada, in America, one in London, and there's randomly in South Africa and Spain.
Okay.
I think that's all I've touched on
and
in
do you have a
terms
commission for people as well? You know,
No.
no, you
of
don't.
never.
Shit, I miss
No.
the champagne bottle, Audrey.
Oh no, it's not gone.
Is it not gone? I couldn't
No,
find
there's
it the
still
other day.
prints. It's called Cheers.
Okay.
It might be gone in some
So I tell you,
sizes.
so I don't live, I rent in Cork. I had a place in Sandyford. I'm selling it. It's a long story. Bought a house in Cork. So I haven't bought art for 15 years.
Oh wow.
Because I've never been able to put it on a wall.
Okay, yes, I get you.
I have 4 tubes in the corner of my office. One is a present, and I actually don't know what print is in it.
You don't know what it is?
No, I don't know what it is.
Stop. How do you not open?
And 3 other artists that people bought me during COVID.
And you haven't opened
And I've
them?
never opened those tubes.
Stop.
And
Oh my God, the element of surprise.
when I move into my house, hopefully by the end of this year, I can't wait to open those tubes.
Oh my God, can you tell me who bought it for you? And I won't tell you what it is.
Oh
I need to know what
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
that you have.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. Could it be my husband?
Tell me the name.
Well, I'll have to get you the name because it was someone from our wedding.
Oh, someone from your wedding. Would they have put your name? What's your surname?
Carlton. Oh, look at me giving everything away. That's not my surname. My surname
Take
is
that out.
Horn. No, you're fine.
Do you
my
know who
surname
would
is
have
Horn.
worded that for you?
I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
I'm going to text it to
Yeah,
you.
so I need to
So I
know.
have 4 tubes basically. I can't wait to put my
Oh
wall.
my God, that's amazing.
But my 50th was the year that you brought out the champagne bottle.
Cheers. Oh.
And I was like, I must get that. And the other day I was like, I must get that because that's definitely going in my office. And when I
And
went
it has the year on it, you know.
yes, it has.
Yeah,
and it's the year
that's
of
your
my
50th. Oh, no,
so
that's
I'm definitely,
still
if it's still there, I'm getting it.
not
Right,
in the
okay,
small
perfect.
ones. They're
That's
gone.
Okay. No, not interested.
Because
in
they're
small
all
one.
limited edition.
Yes,
So
no,
when the
absolutely.
yeah.
And I love that about
Yeah,
what you do.
so do I.
It's so cool. So,
And it's not about like, because I get people, even, being like, business wise, you should just do open ends because you can make so much more money. And I'm like, it's not. Obviously, business is about money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, in our business, it's the lifestyle, to pay your lifestyle or whatever, to pay your bills. But I also never wanted to be just pawned off as a print
Audrey,
that
you don't want to be the Crocs of the artist world.
No, I have to say I wear Crocs. I know.
Oh, I love Crocs.
I know, but
there's
I
a
don't
problem with that
exactly.
business. And I love the fact. And listen, we all want to feel a little bit exclusive.
Exactly. And like when you have a piece of art, like I would think if I buy something that's limited edition, like it's special.
Yes.
Or if I bought something that was open-ended, it's just something that everyone else has.
100%.
I really feel like that. And I feel like with the prints, I hate saying the word print, and I always kind of try and throw in archival pigment print on cotton rag paper because it's not a piece of paper. It's
very different.
cotton rag. It's like the paint that you'll see when you open whatever one you got. Like the paint, my paintings are scanned by a cruise scanner, and it's the highest scanner that you can get in the fine art world. There's only 3 in Europe.
Yeah.
There's one in Ireland, one in the UK, and one in Germany. And they're the only 3 that exist in Europe.
Yes.
And the Copperhouse Gallery is where I get mine done, and that's the place that has the cruise scanner. So it's a really expensive production in terms of making the prints and getting it all done. But when you see them, you're like, okay,
Get it.
Mine have never been printed any other way because I did my research and my schooling first. And then like I rang Reeds of Nassau Street and I rang Snap Printing.
Yes.
When I first
They were
was
like, no, we don't do that.
No.
Yes.
That's a different, you're looking for fine art. But I did all that before rushing into
I love
it.
that.
Because at the beginning I didn't think I was going to make any money. And I was like, what? I didn't think it was going to be a business. But then, it does, if you put the work in and you really set it down and decide, I'm going to have an art show. I went on Ireland AM with Posh Pig and the Giraffes. And it turned into something I never knew. And I'm so proud of, I'm a 1-person business. I package every single order that comes through.
I love that.
To the detriment of everybody that has to listen to it. It's not that I can't get somebody in or two people in to work with me. It's that I can't let go of being the only person as the artist that does it. I have to write the note that I write anyway.
Yeah.
I have to sign the print anyway. I have to sign the certificate of authenticity anyway. So why wouldn't I just do everything else and make sure that it leaves the studio perfectly? And I enjoy that time in there doing my orders. I know, like, it's not she does it herself, but I actually think that it is more glamorous to say as the artist that every single order that you get. Now the apparel's different, but the art, it's just me.
I was going to say, now not only do people look at their gorgeous pictures on their walls, but they can wear them.
Yeah, so that's the apparel. We
Yeah,
have
beautiful.
Our sweaters, and they are limited as well, and it's a slow fashion brand, and we are all about, everything's ethical.
Yes.
All of the manufacturer has all of its stickers or tokens, and it's all the highest that you can get, because I wanted to make sure if I was going to be putting my prints on clothing, it had to match the high-end quality of the artwork.
Yeah.
And I wasn't just going to, do H&M clothing. So 100% cotton. They are really beautiful, I have to say.
I was actually with Claire McKenna the other day and she was wearing one.
Was it the lion?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was absolutely stunning.
But in person, isn't the quality of the print? And that took so much time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it's a lot of money as well to put into something like that. But at the end of the day, again, we're not just flogging 10 pieces every drop. It's one piece every drop. And they are pieces for your wardrobe that you will have forever. So yeah, it's all about, I think, just finding the business side of it was just finding a way to, like, I've turned down so many collaborations and big checks.
Yeah. Because
it doesn't feel right and it doesn't fit the brand.
You've been there before.
Exactly. And I'd like, as much as I needed that check back then, I just said no because it has led to something else. And if I had said yes, I wouldn't have been maybe where we are today. So yeah.
I love it. I love it all. And it's amazing. And I've loved watching it all. I can't wait to watch what's next. And congratulations, because it is phenomenal.
Thank you.
We're going to finish. The last guest always leaves a little question for you.
Ooh.
So I'm going to open the book for you.
That's so cool. Do you know what it is?
I don't.
Who was the last guest?
I'm not telling you. This one, honestly, she's
I ask a lot of questions. What one thing about you that other people might not... What's one thing about you that other people might not know?
Actually, I do know who left this. I'll tell you after.
What's one thing about me that other people might not know? Oh my God, that's like, there's so many things. No, but like, what would be the one thing I would say that people don't know? I'm not a very sociable person. Okay. And I think I am perceived as being very outgoing and sociable. But I actually feel like I have a bit of social anxiety and I have word vomit. So when I'm in social situations, I kind of become a bigger person than I am to fill the void of an awkward silence. And then I end up oversharing, and then I sit in my car and I am sweating and anxious, and then it stays with me for the day because I'm like, what did I say? So yeah, I'm not as outgoing as, like, I love talking and I love people.
Extroverted introvert.
Big time. And I think because I was an actor for so many years, people had this perception of like, oh, I'm so confident, I'm so outgoing. Whereas like, I actually would prefer to kind of be in a social situation in a corner with one or two friends.
Gotcha.
As opposed to the social butterfly. But I feel like sometimes I have to be the social butterfly because it's expected of my personality.
You step
Whereas
into
people
that
have gotten that kind of wrong. I'm not that social butterfly, but I feel like I have to be to make other people comfortable.
People.
Yeah,
back off,
it's
people.
weird. Yeah, guys, let me sit in the corner on my own with a few friends. I'm joking.
But there's time for everything.
I know,
do you know what I mean?
that's it, exactly.
Audrey, thank you so much for coming
that's
today.
Finished.
I know. Just goes like that,
literally
doesn't
flew.
it?
I'm looking at your clock there and I'm
thank
like,
you
what?
so much.
Thanks
I can't
for
wait
having me.
to see, as I say, what's next. And I will text you with that
Tell
now.
me what it is. I need to know.
I might even go home and open it.
Yes!
It'd be amazing. But
thanks for having me.
Brilliant.
Yay!
Hi, and thank you for joining me for this week's episode of BeBelle Podcast. If you have any thoughts, questions, or feedback for us, we always love for you to get involved. And you can find us on Instagram at BeBelle_podcast. Don't forget, though, that if you want to watch these episodes, you can see them all on my YouTube channel, Sian Horn. And don't forget to follow and subscribe. The more people that follow and subscribe, the better it is for the podcast, the more that we can improve future and going forward. So, with that being said, thank you so much for following BeBelle, and I hope you enjoy these next episodes.